Hey, sixth grade. Okay, retake on number 9 here. So it takes Jan 9 hours to paint 2 desk sets. Okay, oh dear, how long will it take her to paint 15 desk sets? Well, first we need to break it down to how much time it will take her to accomplish one desk set. So we need to divide the 2 by 2 to get one desk. So we also need to divide 9 by 2, which a lot of you know in your head. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So we've got 4.5 there. 2, 4.5. There's a perk, you guys. 4.5 or 4.5 hours. 4 hours and 30 minutes. If you already knew that, then you get to skip that whole minute of me blabbing, right? I'm going to change the color. So one desk takes 4.5 hours. We need to multiply that by 15. So you can see it's kind of back and forth. We break it down to one desk, then we bump it up to 15 desks. There's different ways to do this, but this is just personally how I break it down. So you have to take that times 15, take the 4.5 times 15 as well. If you want to do 4.5, like work it out and then do times 15, that's fine. You can also punch it in. So you've got 67.5 hours. So 67.5, it's not desks. It says how long will it take her to paint 15, and your label is hours. I know that your writing is going to be so much better than mine. Yeah, I can't even remember what I got last time. I did something silly and got a very low number. I was like, oh, that doesn't make sense. So just that quick dims, does it make sense, goes a long way. Number 9, Cody's aunt pays him $30 to walk her dog 6 times. At this rate, how many times must he walk the dog to earn $100? This is a legit question. So again, I'm going to write my little ratio here. $30 equals 6 times. At this rate, how would you get up to $100? Well, let's figure out how much he pays him for one walk. How do you get from 6 down to 1? Divide by 6. Do the same to your 30. And it looks like he gets paid $5 every time he walks the dog. One time, 6 times. I would write the words out, but that will get messy. So how do you get from $5 to the 100? We have to multiply by 20. So take the 1 times 20, and we know that he's going to have to walk that dog 20 times to earn $100. 20 times, I would also accept 20 walks because I would count one time as one walk. Number 10, Jeff can read a 300-page book in 10 hours. His twin sister, Sasha, can read a 350-page book in 11 hours. Who reads at a faster rate? Okay, so again, we're going to show our work here. Jeff, he's reading 300 pages in 10 hours. So divide by 10 to get down to 1 hour. Dividing by 10, we just chop off that 0 essentially, shift the decimal forward, and he reads 30 pages in 1 hour, or 30 pages per hour. His twin sister, Sasha, showing my work here. Sasha reads 350, and that equals 11 hours. I don't know what 350 divided by 11 is, but we need to divide both by 11 to get it down to 1 hour. Handy dandy calculator, 350. It's like back to Blue's Clues, you guys, for ratios. 31.818. I'll bump that up to 0.82. So 31.82 pages in an hour. And who is the faster reader, who reads at a faster rate? Sasha is reading more pages per hour. It is nearly 2 pages more, but it's still more, right? Sasha is our faster reader. Attend to precision. It's a fancy way of saying pay attention to details. Ross has a model truck. It has a scale of 1 inch for every 32 inches on a real size truck. He wants to build a garage for the model at the same scale. Given that garage for a real size truck is 12 feet wide, how wide should his model garage be? Okay, set this up here. We've got 1 inch for the scale. scale to reel, 1 inch to 32 inches on the real deal. The garage is 12 feet wide, so we need to figure out the model, and we're going 12 feet. We have to do some converting here because we've got inches and feet, so that gets slightly complicated. But if we take that 12 feet times the 12 inches in a foot, we know that this is really 144 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to do that 144 and divide it by the 32, which is 4.5. So to get from there to here, you divide by 4.5. When you're going the other way, you're multiplying, right? 4.5. So here you're going to take 1 times 4.5 to get the missing number, which beautifully enough is 4.5. So we can double check 4.5. I think it's inches. How wide should that garage model be? 4.5 inches wide. So if you sit down and think, does that ratio line up? It's kind of like when you have a giant chicken toy and a tiny barn, like it's not proportional, right? If you're doing actual scales, your chicken would be a small animal in your big barn. But yeah, mixing up the toys and stuff. Number 12, Greg drove 300 miles at a constant speed in 5 hours. The speed limit was 70 miles per hour. Was his rate greater than the speed limit? Okay, we've got 300 miles, and that equals 5 hours. You'll notice I set up these ratios as little equations. I need to get it down to 1 hour. Okay, so what would equal 1 hour? Well, you have to divide by 5. 30 divided by 5 is 6, and we've got a 0. So he drove 60 miles in 1 hour. Was his rate greater than the speed limit? No. He drove 60 miles per hour, at least on average. Chris paddles 5 miles down a stream in 3 hours. So 5 miles equals 3 hours of time. How far will she have paddled in 9 hours at this rate? Oh, I love this one because check it out, you guys. We've got a multiple, right? You can quickly see that 3 hours to 9 hours, it's triple, right? So times 3, do the same with your miles, times 3, and we have 15 miles as an answer. Double check, 5 miles in 3 hours. If she goes 9 hours, same rate, boom, you've got it.